if I had to pick one of these to pick up in game right now, it's going to be the Steel Series.
Let's just say, it was a great night. Take the challenge at steelseries.com.
So, welcome to the Go Champions League game between Navi and Flipsid. I'm the Boo from Germany, and we just watched Hellraisers and Virtus.pro go tit for tat and toe to toe in a double overtime game on Cash and an overtime game on Inferno, which kind of put a strain on my voice. I'm sorry for that, but it's not much that I can do about my excitement. I'm not going to try to keep it low. That's definitely not my job. We are live, or we are trying to go live right now with all the players on the server except for Ringo needs to be kicked. But we have all the teams and all the players on the server. Arnold is in there as well. So we will try to kick them as soon as possible and then get this game underway. We are 1 hour and 20 minutes late just because Hellraisers and Virtus.pro didn't actually find a winner until it was time to find a winner, really time to find a winner. It was just so amazing to watch that game. So many great plays, just like yesterday when we saw Property against Hellraisers. The games are just so good to watch, and the scene is really close to each other as well. We just saw it in the EPL finals that Navi have won. Almost every single game went to 3 maps. And it doesn't matter which team has played which team. I think Navi only had 3 map games. They had a 3 map game against Virtus.pro, they had a 3 map game against Envious, they had a 3 map game against Titan, and wait a second. Let's bring up my stats. And they had a 3 map game against Dignitas. Another Dignitas game ended in 2 maps only. So, but Virtus.pro almost the same in EPL, and that just shows you how close the community is to each other right now. Navi and Flipsid though in the knife round on the first map, Inferno. The second map will be Mirage, if I'm not mistaken. Did I read that right? Yeah, Flipsid have picked Inferno and Mirage was picked by Navi. If you take a small look... Oh, wait a second, sorry for that. Yeah. If you take a quick look at my amazing stat sheet, I can definitely tell you that Mirage is a very strong map for Navi. They won against Titan 16-12. They won against Dignitas 16-4. They won against Virtus.pro 16-4. And they won another game against Dignitas 16-2. Now, all the previous matches on Mirage have been really strong games for Navi, no matter the opponent, no matter the time. It was on LAN, and I think that Navi will win Mirage. Another story on Inferno though, as Navi have lost Inferno against Envious, and they have won Inferno against Virtus.pro with a 16-9, but they lost Inferno against Dignitas with a 12-16. On the other side, we have Flipsid, for example, winning Inferno 16-9 against Virtus.pro, almost the same scoreline. But yeah, but not too many games on Inferno. And I think that's one of the factors that might make Navi win both maps in the end. But the big but. 16-14 on Mirage against Navi in favor of Flipsid in the CCS last chance qualifier, and that's something that you have to take into account. They have faced off against each other recently on Mirage, and it was ended in favor of Flipsid. So in the end, you can't tell who's winning the game. Navi is trying to win the piss round with a 5-man push into the B bomb site. What a good start for them, but not as good as they might have expected, as Markelov goes to work on 2 of them. Great job by him, making it a 3v4, but the bomb goes down courtesy of C's, who tosses out a nade but doesn't hit anyone. He was just trying to keep the CTs from pushing through the smoke. Then Markelov with another frag onto Zeus. Oh my god, this looks like a really good push by Markelov, but he gets closed out by Flamey in a 2v2 situation. Sees and Flamey, the 2 youngsters of the Navi squad, they are working together. Flamey with the first. Now Blade is down to 15 HP, and Flamey will get him killed in the end. 1-0 in favor of Navi. balls out B push. The old school B train strategy gets pulled out of the sleeve. And sometimes it works, sometimes it fails horribly. This time, even though Markelov got himself 3 kills, it wasn't working for Na'Vi. So flip side on the magic second round. That is not as magic anymore as it was before the last patch. Played with a P250, 5-7 for Markelov and World Edit. And P250 for Simple. Not too much weaponry. 5-7 for Bondik, of course, as well. And on the other side, we have Na'Vi with the SMGs and 2 Galils. And Na'Vi spreads out throughout the whole map. They're trying to get the entry frag and then try to execute something on top of that. And let's see if they can actually pull it off. Edward with the Uzi, gangster style, running, gunning. Almost, if he had a car, he would probably go for a drive-by shooting with the Uzi. But Bondik answers back with a frag. Good work by him, but it's not enough. It's a 1v4 situation in favor of the terrorist. Flamey down to 5, but if he plays it accordingly, he shouldn't go down anymore to Markelov. Edward is looking for the frag against his old teammate, but Markelov gets out on top, captures the Uzi. And now it's his time to rock out the gangster style. He gangster style sees to death. 2v1 situation. Now it's over though. Markelov needs to save that equipment that he has with 6 HP. He doesn't want to run into anyone, but Zeus has his number. The old in-game leader. He kind of forged Markelov's mind. And of course, Zeus knows where that mind is going to go. And the old in-game leader of Markelov gets out on top of that exchange. Let's see if Na'Vi can keep that level of performance with, well, Markelov, is he the only one? No, Bondik got a frag as well, but Markelov has 5 frags in 2 rounds. That's a good number. If he had 5 frags in 1 round, it would be even better for his team. But at the moment, it's not looking like Flipsid could do much with those pistols against the Na'Vi squad. The Uzis are simply too strong. And so is the MP7. 3-0 in favor of Na'Vi. Basic eco bashing, just like in the old days with 1.6. No more exciting rounds when you don't know if the Tech 9 rush will work out or if the CZ75 buy and stack on, you know, 4 CZ75s on B. The terrorists walk into that, end of the day. But it's not going to happen anymore. The SMGs are simply too cheap, the rifles are too expensive, and overall the whole balance got shifted around. Now we have the first rifle round at hand. We have an AWP for Guardian already, FAMAS for Simple and Blade on the CT side, and an MP7 for Flamey, and Edward gets closed out by Bondik already. Good job by him to get that early advantage in the first rifle round. It's always the most important frag almost of the game. If you get that first frag in the rifle round, you can relieve your stress level a little bit. You can lay back. Of course, you shouldn't lay back too much, too far, but in the end, it makes you feel a little more confident. Now, Flamey doesn't need his teammate. He just takes out Blade once again. It's just the CTs are not in a good position right now. World Edit is down to 28, but he still makes it happen with a double kill onto Zeus and Flamey. Bondik chimes in with 1 as well, and despite their bad positioning, and despite the fact that they were almost pushed by the terrorists, World Edit got himself that double kill and kept his squad alive. Bondik, at the same time, did his job inside the A bomb site, and as quick as that, a round can turn away from you, even though you have the potential opening frag on the A bomb side. You have everything you want to. You just need to keep running and, you know, killing everyone that's standing between you and the bomb site. But Flipside had a few things to say, and it ended up pretty grim for Na'Vi. Now the CTs are back in control with World Edit with the AWP and the FAMAS 4 Blade. Na'Vi still has 1 more rifle round to work with, a Galil for Edward, and they're trying to at least plant the bomb and make it as expensive as possible. If they can't win this round, it's not that big of a problem for Na'Vi. They won all the mandatory rounds that they needed to win after the pistol round. Now they have 10 more rounds to work with, and they only need roughly 2 rounds out of those 10, maybe 3. and it would be a really good half for them. So they have quite a lot of time. They can try a few things, and Bondik tries to get himself the frag, and he does get it. Well, Edit does the same with a double kill onto Guardian and Edward. Blade with one onto Zeus, and Zeus is the only one standing for the terrorist squad right now in a 1v4 situation. The bomb is dropped in the middle, and World Edit will close him out with his third frag. Flipside makes it look easy against Na'Vi. The first kill, of course, the opening kill by Bondik from the balcony into a short approach. Then World Edit took over with the scope, and he got himself 2 additional frags. That was basic covering of a short, and it worked out perfectly for Flipside. Na'Vi is now back on a save. Flamey is the only one with a halfway decent pistol, Tech 9 in his hands. P250s for Guardian and Zeus, and they are already slowed down and weakened by the Molotov cocktail, and Simple will ring off a few shots, gets himself 3 quick frags, and a 4th will be no real challenge for him either, as he takes down Guardian. 3-3. Flipside convert the rifle round into 2 of their own and draw this game. And if this goes to an overtime, I might actually sleep in the place right here. I don't know if I get home in time then. Let's see if Flipside and Na'Vi have it in them to perform as good as Virtus Pro and Hellraisers did, or if one of the teams doesn't have the kind of momentum, the joy of gaming in them to take it to an overtime. Maybe one of the teams will decide it. 4v4 now, 4v3 in favor of the terrorists. Quick A push. This time they have the position sorted out. World Edit and Bondik didn't necessarily switch them up too much, and that was allowing Na'Vi to get an easy frag and an easy opening as well. Susan and Edward now close it out with 2 frags, and then it's a 3v1. Simple still in library, and he knows that Susan and Edward should be low, so he could go for it, and he definitely has the aim to work with. And he's firing away the first few shots into pit. The terrorists now just try to turn tables and turn peaks and let Edward do his magic. Edward was coming in from the back, and they just played around with those 2 players over here and over here. Simple was focused on that, and Edward came in from that direction. No problem. Basic team play for Na'Vi. No rocket science. They are back on track. They make it 4-3. Flipside still have enough money, but it's running out rather fast. World Edit with the AWP. He can't afford it in the next round, and the CTs need to scrape their pockets if they want to actually get any rifles in the next round, if they should lose this. And if that happens, we are quickly traveling to a 6-3 scoreline in favor of Na'Vi, and they would be flying away with it. And that's to prevent if you are Flipside. Now the Ukrainian, well, I can't actually say Ukrainian squad because there are 2 Russians in there right now. So, and they playing another Ukrainian-Russian mixed team. So let's put it Na'Vi and Flipside. Na'Vi with a slow build-up. They are known to implement that strategy back in the day in 1.6, and Zeus sticks to this kind of successful approach. It wasn't that successful in the middle of CSGO, but it's getting more and more successful now that the game is slowing down a little bit. Guardian and Bondik exchange frags. Simple with 1 onto Zeus. It's a 3v4. The Na'Vi approach was slow and sturdy, but it wasn't the best to work with. Now Edward gets a rotator off guard. It was Simple, but Bondik with a reply. It's a 3v2 situation. Make that a 1v3 thanks to Markelov. And Markelov gets shot in the face by Zeus, who just collects the bomb and tries to put it down as fast as possible before the CTs can actually get in. And as he plants it, he gets killed by Bondik. Flipside stay alive and make it 4-4. Avoid saving and avoid the horrible scoreline of 6-3. Now Na'Vi kind of stalled in top of middle over here, and the CTs got the intel that the terrorists were hanging around that area, and they decided to swarm in and disturb that party. So Na'Vi was picked apart in middle, and even though Edward was in the arch area and he got one frag off of that position. He didn't get the second one onto Bondik, and that allowed the CTs to completely focus on the B bomb side and not worry about a backstabber anymore. Easy round for Flipside. Maybe this one will be just as easy. Na'Vi is weakened on the economy. They don't have too many nades to work with anymore, and only Galil for Zeus and Edward. Not necessarily the right rifle if you're battling the fully armored CT side with flashes and grenades and all that. They can slow Na'Vi down, and it is of course Na'Vi's kind of take to be slow anyway. So if you want to slow Na'Vi down, they don't really worry about that. Let's see if they can pull it off. Flipside is once again in that same position that they were in, and the terrorists are pushing up into short A. Bondik with the first. Blade chimes in with one as well. Now Cease is quick to get the refrag onto Blade, puts down Worlded as well, but Bondik is still alive in pit. He even reloads his weapon, but then goes down to Cease. It's a 2v2 thanks to Cease, who is just flying around the A bomb site, taking out people left and right, but now he's alone against Simple and Markelov, and we had a similar setup already. Now Cease gets rid of Simple. It's a 1v1 situation. Simple with 4 kills, and Markelov gets him in the end. 22 remaining for Markelov. That was really close to an ace by Cease, but Flipside is happy to have the old school 1.6 player on board to take it home and make it 5-4. They are still not out of the thick of things though. The CTs are struggling with their economy. If the Na'Vi squad can pick one round up, the CTs would be saving, and it would be the time for Na'Vi to take control of this first half and possibly the whole match. And Flipside are aware of that. They need to pick that round up. World Edit only armor, no head armor, and Na'Vi with that eco rush into the A bomb site get demolished completely by Bondik. 4 kills for him. The USPS gets put to good use after the M4A1 ran out of bullets, and Blade is there to steal the ace away from Bondik, make it 6-4, so no trouble for Flipside to pick that anti-eco round up. And Na'Vi now back on rifles. Flipside reconciliating their economy a little bit with 4.5k for Blade, 4.3 for Bondik, and 3.5 for Simple. They are slowly but surely working their way up to be rich and afford a house. Na'Vi mainly hit the A bomb site right now. Maybe they tried to build up some kind of image throughout the terrorist side, and then suddenly you switch over to the B bomb site. Like, if you execute 5 times in a row on the A bomb site, then your enemy thinks, oh, it's going to be another A push, and then you're going B. That's a simple way of putting it, and well, maybe it's Zeus just romping down 2 people on the entry. Flamey chimed in with 1 as well. It's a 5v2 already. There was no much to answer for the CTs. They were just caught off guard completely. Na'Vi with that short push that they have tried already a few times, successfully clinching the round and making it 6-5. Now Flipside really needs to do something about that A push. The Na'Vi squad was way too successful with that in the past, and I believe it's the kind of thing that Flipside now think. You know, I said it's the easy way of putting it. When you hit the A bomb site 6 times in a row, then your enemy might think it's going to be another A push, but then you're switching to the B bomb site. But what if your enemy thinks they hit the bomb site? You know, it works for either bomb site. Let's put it like that. But with the A bomb site, they hit A 6 times in a row, they will surely switch back to B sometime soon. So we have an eye out on B, and that kind of keeps the B defenders over there. And even though Na'Vi shows off on A, you might think it's going to be a fake, so you still keep the guys on the B bomb side, and you know, like that, you kind of demolish the CT's confidence. Now Cease works on the B bomb site a little bit. In the meantime, Edward takes out Bondik on A, apartments even, and Na'Vi has all the openings on the A bomb site that they want to. World Edit is still checking out middle, and Blade is close in the A bomb site, trying to keep whole of the terrace if they should push from apartments in middle. But Na'Vi, being Na'Vi, they don't move before it's less than 1 minute on the clock. And now that it's 54 seconds, World Edit can finally take somebody down that took a peek. It was Edward, and it's back to a 4v4. The rest of the Na'Vi squad is now, well, trying to make this work, but they are slowing down again. So now Zeus was trying to get the better of World Edit, but World Edit switched his position, and great shot by him, taking him out. Now Seas with a refrag onto Blade in pit, making it a 3v3 situation. Look at Markelov, he was really slow on the rotation just because they weren't sure if it's going to be a fake or not. Simple and Guardian trade frags on the A bomb side. It's a 2v2. Guardian is down to 34 HP. Flamey with the AWP. Guardian with the rifle. Something that we rarely see, but Flamey takes down Markelov as well, and it closes out Guardian. It's a 1v1 situation. AWP against AWP, and Flamey wins it in the end. Na'Vi are able to take it to a draw and make it 6-6. So Flipside are now saving, and Na'Vi could make it 7-6 already on the terrorist side, which is a really good scoreline to say the least. I already mentioned that when Na'Vi was at 3 rounds, if they pick up 2 more, it's good. If they pick up 3 more, it's really good. Now they have the possibility to pick up 4 more rounds and make it 7 incomplete. And it would be a horrible scoreline for Flipside to work with on the second half. And it's just looking so easy right now for Na'Vi. They're just slicing through the CTs like a warm knife through butter. Of course, the CTs don't have any armor. That's why Edward was getting that two quick shots with the P250 to get the frag. but they are playing so confident right now. Flipside needs that confidence back. They need to work for the confidence first. And one of the first few steps to get that confidence would be to win the last 2 rounds of this half. Make it 8-7, then win the pistol round. That is kind of mandatory at this point of the match. And the rifle round is kind of very important for Flipside as well. Maybe not so much because they are on the terrorist side in the second half, but it still counts massively for them. Now Na'Vi on the B take with 5 people, no faking on the A bomb set, just straight go into the B bomb set, and even at 1 minute 15, that's something that you rarely see by Na'Vi. A really quick push, and Guardian just holds it through the smoke. Oh, he does miss the shots on World Edit, but Zeus luckily didn't plant the bomb yet. They were waiting for the CTs to make their move, and Na'Vi will just hose down through the smoke, keep the CTs away as long as possible. All the equipment gets tossed around. The smoke will delay the CT's push, and Flipside should realize that there's not a real point in trying to retake this bomb site anymore. Blade goes down to Guardian, and it's Bondik, the last man standing in top of Banana, waiting for Na'Vi to exit the bomb site. There he is, the first headshot for him against Guardian. He gets another one onto Edward, picks up the AWP and carries it to safety. Great job by Bondik. At least some small relief for Flipside, even though they weren't able to win the round. At least Bondik got 2 kills and the AWP. And if you consider the money situation on the CT side, that AWP is worth so much more, as they have an additional big gun to work with for World Edit. 8-6 now in favor of Na'Vi. They could make it 9-6. Well, 9-6 if they pick this one up. It's a MP7 for Blade and a Deagle for Simple. FAMAS for Markelov, and it's not the best rifling and the not best equipment for the CTs to work with, but it's most often those times that the players go to shine. Markelov with a double kill, then Simple with a knife against Flamey, trailing him through the smoke. Great job by Flipside to hold on with that force buy. Just was when I was about to say, it's those times when the players make themselves shine, when it's much needed, when it's desperate, when they only have a FAMAS or a Deagle, they suddenly chime in with a triple kill or something like that. But let's not call it a day too early. Zeus has quite a few CTs to work with, and he spotted the first in construction site. Then Bondi closes out Edward. Zeus is suddenly alone, and World Edit has him covered. 7-8. Flipside prevail and win the last round of the first half. Now they need to make themselves work a little more and maybe even harder than they did in this first half. As you can see, they had kind of a bad performance in the middle of this half with a 4-round streak in favor of Na'Vi. And it wasn't really... Well, that one was really close. I think it was Flamey against Well Edit, was it? Yeah, that was the round. But the rest was not as decisive as you can expect from a CT side on Inferno. So now heading into the second half, I want to see Flipsid winning the pistol round, then killing it on the rifle round to get to a really good scoreline. Then see Na'Vi pull off a few CT rounds in a row, so we can have a drawn game, maybe a 12-12. And then I'm fine wherever it goes. Let's see if that will happen though. Flipside need to put up 8 rounds at least on the terrorist side, and as I said before, the terrorist pistol is almost mandatory in those setups. So there we are, pissed around live in the second half between Flipside and Na'Vi. Welcome to the Go Champions League, sponsored by Twitch and SteelSeries. I'm the Boo from Germany, and this is Bondik taking out Flamey straight away. Good chance for Flipside to capitalize on that. They force the CTs to rotate one player to the B bomb site. At the same time, Markelov takes out Edward on A, and the CTs are left guessing where the terrorists might go. They have all the openings. As Z's closes out Bondik on top of Banana, the terrorists will retreat into bottom of middle, and they need to watch out. There's Zeus coming in as a backstabber, and if Guardian manages to slow them down, which he doesn't, then it could have been really awkward for the terrorists right now. Simple missing a few crucial shots, and Blade chimes in to help his teammate out there, makes it a 1v3 situation in favor of the terrorists. And Blade with his second kill of the round closes out C's, and Flipside have the pistol on the board. And what a great start for them to get a kill on B and on A at the same time, basically. Left the CTs struggling completely with their positioning. They had 2 players over at B. And Zeus had the right idea of backstabbing the terrorists, but he didn't check all the corners. So Simple and Bondik were kind of sandwiching him in. And the backstab, as soon as the backstab was gone, it was history for Na'Vi. Now the second round with the 5.7s and the CZ75 doesn't prove to be that effective yet, but Guardian finds himself the first kill onto Markelov. It was actually quite a few shots that he took, but it was the head in the end, and Markelov is kneeling down at the end of the carpet hall. Now Simple comes in with his MP7 trying to force Markelov to Guardian to back off. And seized with a headshot, then Zeus with a CZ75, and Flamey suddenly with the 5.7, finding Flipside all over the place, but they are not fast enough to get it done, and Na'Vi was just reinforcing their positions over and over again. When Guardian got the first frag onto Markelov, I thought, okay, there's not much to worry about right now, but then it was seized and Flamey in top of middle to get those refrags, and was really crucial for them. 9-8 now. Na'Vi have turned the odds, have turned the momentum around again, and now they are the team to have MP7s and AKs, and of course, well, 1 AK and 1 rifle, you know what I mean. MP7s and rifles in the hands of the CTs. Flipside with a full save, and they're trying to deal at least some damage. Maybe 1 frag, maybe even 2. 2 frags would be the most that they can expect from a situation like that, in my opinion. Flamey already got himself the first frag on the board, and it is Flipside on the apartments, waiting, maybe even using that time to talk about the strategy in the next round or in the upcoming rounds. It's not about only the next round, but also about the other rounds that are coming up in this match. Guardian finds himself 1 And Edward is eager to get some money in the bank, but Simple punishes him for that. Now Simple with a jumping shot onto Zeus, suddenly picking up 2 frags. And as I said, it was the most that they could expect, and Simple's second frag was already questionable, but he managed to pull it off nonetheless. 10-8 though for Na'Vi. They lost 2 players, so the money is not too good, but it's still feeling fine for them. 5.3 for Flamey. He can easily drop in the next round if they should lose it. 1.5 and 1.4 for C's and Sue's. Enough money to squeeze out something like a buy if they save a few weapons. Then Flipsid on the other side with the first rifle round. 2 Galils and 3 AKs for them. No AWP in play as of yet. And the first aggression in Banana, just spraying through the smoke, trying to deal damage to the CTs, trying to weaken them, trying to shift their positions around a little bit. The same goes for middle, but at the moment it's the terrorists on the receiving end of those sprays. Blade is down to 51, World Edit down to 69, and Guardian in a really good position, dancing on the railing. And there won't be any terrorist action coming his way, though. Well, there is. Markelov is coming forward. Now the rest of the terrorist squad is coming as well. Let's see if Guardian can pick up any more frags from that position. The terrorists are in a crossfire and they are drawn away from middle again. Edward gets himself 1, goes down to 16 HP. And the terrorists have figured out that there have been 4 CTs on the A bomb site. But a quick rotation by Na'Vi allows them to have two players on the B bomb site as well. Sees now with 1. It's Flamey with a double kill. Suddenly it's Markelov alone and the CTs have rotated all their players. As soon as the bomb was spotted, Na'Vi is swarming into the B bomb site. Seized overextends a little bit, but it's the young Temper that gets ahead of him. 11-8 in favor of Na'Vi. That was really good with that 2-man stack on A long, 2-man, or well, it was Edward on short and Guardian to support Edward and have an eye on apartments. And on short, if Edward would have fallen, the terrorists could have pushed through that and Guardian would have been there to stop him. And they rotated that 1 player that was on A long to the B bomb site before the terrorists could walk through Banana and get themselves on the B bomb site. It was a really quick rotation by the CTs and it paid off with the round. Now Flipsid is back on a save. Tech 9 for Simple. That's all they can afford right now. Guardian with a double kill. Edward picks up 1 as well. And Simple snuck through the lines a little bit. Now he's just waving his mouse around, expecting a CT in every single corner, but he doesn't check the long walkway, the long hallway. Guardian takes him out from afar. 12-8. Na'Vi is looking quite strong on the CT side right now. They are playing the rotations really good, using it in their advantage, and Flipside can't get enough opening frags to get it done. Now another rifle round 8 with a scout. He switched it to World Edit though. And Na'Vi without any AWP right now. Guardian is rifling and he's doing a good job with that so far. 13 frags. It's not too bad. Once again, 4 players on the A bomb site for Na'Vi, only 1 at B, and it's Cease who's checking it out. He's going deeper and deeper into B Banana, and now Zeus has found his master. World Edit goes to work on Flamey, and Markelov closes out Edward. Though Cease with a double and Guardian with 1 reply. World Edit with a no-scope. Oh, look at that! He tracks East in mid-air, reloading his weapon, going for the no-scope scout shot, and World Edit makes it count and wins the round for Flipsid with 2 scout kills. One of them being that amazing no-scope. 9-12. Flipside hangs on to the game. They stay alive. And they don't let Na'Vi close it out just yet. 5 AKs now for Flipside. Maybe World Edit should have stuck to the scout. He was looking quite confident with it. But he would rather have an AK in exchanges like that in the last round. Markelov and Simple checking out A apartments, taking control of that part of the map already, and Na'Vi once again letting Flamey stay. Yeah, it was actually no. Now it's Flamey. The round before it was C's, if I'm not mistaken. So they're switching up the B defender, but Flamey is on top of Banana, holding control of that part. Keeps the terrorists from capturing it too fast and calls out for his teammates in case there is any action. And he might see quite some action in a few seconds. Now another smoke will slow the terrorists down quite a notch. The CTs now will rotate Seized. Well, he's hesitating a little bit. Flamey goes deeper and deeper into the bomb site. Now he's calling in for the rotation by Seized as Markelov exposes himself in middle. Guardian goes he backs off. He doesn't want to fight. He wants to go to the bomb site and stop the push where Seized is already at in the small pool. He gets himself 2 frags onto Blade and Simple. Then Flamey chimes in with 1. Guardian is on site as well. And together they will mop up the last frags. Flipside on 9, Na'Vi on 13. And the terrorists need to save. So the rotation play by Na'Vi is just too strong right now, and Flipside can't actually cope with that. They don't find the early frags because Na'Vi is staying back. And it's just basic play for the CTs. Zeus blows well at it apart in bottom of middle. And I think it's just sturdy CT play by Na'Vi right now. Zeus and Edward combining for 2 frags. Then it's Simple. Once again, the only guy to pick up frags in those anti-eco rounds is just Simple. And it's one of the more complicated frags to pick up. He's making it look simple. Yeah, I'm sorry for that one. Flamey though with the hatchet will close him out. 14-9. Na'Vi within reach of 2 rounds to close it out, and this is looking promising for them. It is their first match in the Go Champions League. And if they pick this one up, they could potentially challenge Virtus Pro for the first spot. Let's see if that will happen though. Flipside still has a lot of time to work with. Maybe not necessarily on this half. Maybe not on this map. But certainly on the second map, which will be Mirage. But Mirage is the pick of Na'Vi, and they have been very successful on that map in the past. Though Flipside has managed to win Mirage 16-14 against Na'Vi. So maybe this is something else going on between the two teams. 15-9 now in favor of Na'Vi. Edward with the last AWP shot there, sealing the deal for Flipside, and the Prospect team is on a Tech 9 buy to keep Na'Vi from winning the game right here, right now. Flipside on 9, and they would need 6 rounds to come back into this game. Seized already blows Simple apart in Banana control gain. Guardian closes out well at it in middle, and this is going to be very hard for Flipside to come back from. 5v3, the CTs didn't even lose a single point of HP. Seized is still in control of Banana, tags Blade through the smoke. And Guardian has regained control of the middle area as well. He's got 2 teammates to work with. And Bondik will put Flamey down for a second. A glimpse of hope for the terrorist squad. Bondik though goes down to Guardian, and Guardian with another frag closes out Markelov. This looks very good for Na'Vi, and they will win it 16-9. 24 frags for Flamey in the end, 20 frags for Seized, and 24 on Flipside, or 23 I think for Simple. Good job by Na'Vi closing out Flipside without too many problems. We will move on to the second map in just a second, so stay tuned guys. It will be Mirage, and it was the pick of Na'Vi, so maybe they will take it home with a 2-0 lead. We will see in just a few moments.
Terrorists win.